Salam Malaysia Madani, you're watching updates at noon. I'm Renee Fong. Making the headlines today, Malaysia will not condone any violence acts to resolve conflicts in southern Thailand. ATM Medical Corps deployed to Turkey to set up field hospital. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim said Malaysia will not condone violence to resolve any conflict in southern Thailand. Datuk Seri Anwar, who is personally known to many in the south, pledged to do whatever is required to facilitate the peace process in southern Thailand.
And that is why we agree to appoint an acceptable facilitator from a retired chief of our armed forces, who is known to Prime Minister, to try and work and find ways that we can assist through investments, trade and development. I am very optimistic that we can resolve this. It is unfortunate because these small skirmishes have led to a lot of tension, some sort of resentment and distrust. So we'll have to appeal to all forces, both in Thailand and in the south, or even some in Malaysia, to understand and appreciate that peace must be of paramount consideration.
Malaysia is a facilitator for the peace dialogue process in ending the decades-old conflict in southern Thailand. Former Chief of Defence Force Tan Sri Zulkifli Zainal Abidin has been appointed as the new Malaysian Chief Facilitator effective 1st January this year. Meanwhile, Datuk Sri Anwar said building trust is vital in resolving the conflict in southern Thailand. Discussions were held between the government and insurgent groups since 2013, but the talks came to a grinding halt when the army took control in Thailand a year later. Talks resumed without the involvement of the main parties, including Barisan Revolusi Nasional (BRN). General Wanlop Ruksanwa headed the panel for peace dialogue in the southernmost provinces in Thailand, PEDP. Meanwhile, Datuk Sri Anwar said ASEAN should take coherent and concerted efforts as a regional body in solving the Rohingya crisis in Myanmar. The Prime Minister said he discussed issues concerning Myanmar with his Thai counterpart Prayut Chan-o-cha during their meeting yesterday.
But in Malaysia, we face close to 200,000 refugees. And there's very little we can do except to continue this so-called constructive engagement with the Myanmar junta. But I think you are placed, Prime Minister, in a better position to express many of our concerns that the internal issue in Myanmar has to be resolved internally, but where it has its ramifications or repercussions into the region, particularly in Malaysia, the highest number of Burmese refugees is, unfortunately, in Malaysia.
Datuk Sri Anwar also reiterated his stand of zero compromise in the fight against corruption. He said the government under his leadership will exercise democratic accountability and will not affect the economy.
Is to save this country. Malaysia has had its opportunity to advance as a vibrant democracy, as a rather successful economy, with all its limitations at that period in the 90s. We have lost a lot of ground because of poor governance, endemic corruption, abuse of power. Whether you like it or not, this is the stark reality. You can acknowledge this fact, we can move on with greater confidence. Determine our priorities and proceed with confidence.
The Premier said this during an event with 300 Malaysian diaspora in Bangkok last night. In other developments, Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation MDEC has inked a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with the Digital Economy Promotion Agency DEPA to strengthen digital economy cooperation between Malaysia and Thailand. MDEC, the leading digital economy agency under the Ministry of Communications and Digital KKD, said the MOU will be stepping stone for more local technology companies to penetrate the Thailand market with the support of the Malaysia External Trade Development Corporation, MATRADE. The MOU will allow MDEC to explore potential business partnerships between Malaysian technology companies and investment agencies in Thailand, as well as to generate ideas and promote Malaysian products. Communications and Digital Minister Fahmi Fadzil, in a statement issued by MDEC, said that KKD welcomed the strategic partnership that will further strengthen Malaysia-Thailand bilateral relations. Meanwhile, MDEC Chief Executive Officer Tan Sri Mahathir Aziz said Thailand is one of the focus nations under the Gateway, Amplify, Invest and Nurture GAIN program, which was introduced in 2018. At the ceremony, Datuk Sri Anwar also witnessed the exchange of 3 MOUs between National Utility Company, Tenaga Nasional Berhad, TNB, as well as its subsidiaries, TNB Renewable Sdn Bhd and TNB Power Generation Sdn Bhd, and Thailand's agencies and energy companies, to explore potential cooperation in the field of energy. A Malaysian Armed Forces ATM Royal Medical Corps team was deployed to Turkey this morning to set up a field hospital following the earthquake that hit the country on Monday. Defence Minister Datuk Sri Muhammad Hassan said a total of 106 military personnel, including 41 doctors, will be moved to Turkey, along with equipment of 3 mobile halls used for emergencies and 1 mobile operating theatre. Explaining further, Datuk Sri Muhammad said ATM has received an application from the National Disaster Management Agency NADMA regarding the issue. After consulting with the Turkish embassy in Kuala Lumpur, he said MINDEF decided to move the team. The minister added that the field hospital will operate for 6 weeks. He said hospital equipment will be delivered in stages and the field hospital in question is the same as the facility established by ATM during the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic. Datuk Sri Muhammad said his ministry presently still did not know the location of the field hospital because the disaster involved a large area and will leave it to the Turkish government to determine its appropriate location. The Ministry of Domestic Trade and Cost of Living KPDN is identifying the synergy needed to ensure the Rahmah initiative that has been created, especially Menu Rahmah, will be able to last for a long time. Its Minister Datuk Sri Salahuddin Ayub said that to implement it, KPDN would need synergy or collaboration from various parties to help the needy. Datuk Sri Salahuddin said this included expanding cooperation with suppliers of raw materials and operators of eateries, restaurants, as well as several other parties.
Kalau kolaborasi dan sinergi itu dapat kita lakukan, maka saya yakin ia bertahan lama kerana ia melibatkan semua pihak yang faham tentang hasrat kita untuk menyantuni golongan yang memerlukan ini dengan menu rahmah ini.
The minister said this after the launch of the Menu Rahmah at restaurant Wacha Parit Raja in Batu Pahat. The Pulai Member of Parliament MP explained that his ministry was also open to receiving news from the public to improve the Rahmah initiative. At the same function, the Simpang Jeram State Assemblyman also presented Rahmah basket food aid to 30 recipients from the B40 group around Parit Raja. Malaysia's unemployment rate remained at 3.6% in December 2022, with the number of unemployed persons declining to 599,600 persons from 600,900 persons in November 2022. Chief Statistician Datuk Sri Dr. Muhammad Uzair Mahidin said the number of the labour force in December increased by 0.1% to record 16.73 million persons compared to 16.71 million persons in November, while the labour force participation rate LFPR was at 69.8% as compared to the previous month. In a statement, he said the number of employed persons remained on a positive trend, with a month-on-month increase of 0.1% to record 16.13 million persons in December 2022 compared to 16.11 million persons in November. Datuk Sri Muhammad Uzair said the employees category made up the largest percentage of the total employed persons in December 2022, contributing 75.8% to register 12.23 million persons compared to 12.21 million persons in the previous month. Likewise, the own account workers category continued to increase, recording 2.86 million persons in December 2022 from 2.85 million persons in the previous month. Johor Darul Ta'zim's JDT home, the Sultan Ibrahim Stadium in Iskandar Puteri, will most likely to be chosen as the venue for matches involving the Harimau Malaya during the international friendlies window this March. Football Association of Malaysia FAM Secretary General Nur Azman Rahman said in addition to the Sultan Ibrahim Stadium, the Sultan Mizan Zainal Abidin Stadium in Kuala Nurus Terengganu, Penang State Stadium, Batu Kawan and Hang Jebat Stadium Melaka are also on FAM's radar.
Tapi Terengganu juga pun dalam kita punya radar kita, dan juga dengan Batu Kawan, Pulau Pinang. Tapi SSF pun dalam kemungkinan besar. Tapi dalam Batu Kawan pun Penang dan juga Terengganu, Sultan Mizan.
He said the matter will be decided at the FAM National Team Management Committee meeting at the end of this month or early March. Previously, JDT owner Tunku Ismail Sultan Ibrahim had publicly offered the Sultan Ibrahim Stadium on social media as an alternative venue for the Harimau Malaya while waiting for maintenance works at the National Stadium in Bukit Jalil to be completed. And that's all from us this afternoon. In the top story, Malaysia will not condone any acts of violence to resolve conflicts in Southern Thai. Don't forget to catch us tonight at 10 p.m. for more news, or you can stream the news online on RTM's website and mobile app. Or in case you missed it, you can always watch it again on Berita RTM's YouTube channel. Now, in the wake of Turkey and Syria earthquake that took the lives of thousands of people, the iconic Sydney Opera House illuminated with a black ribbon in solidarity with the victims. I'm Renee Fong. Thank you for watching. Have a pleasant afternoon.